Hey, and welcome to Be So Light. Guess what, you guys? I just wanted to hop on here because I had something that was just on my mind, and I think this would be really good to incorporate in why we're doing this energy work, moving through the galactic calendar of the 10 days of the different kins that are coming in. And I want to talk about something. Okay, so this should have its signal. I'm doing all kind of crazy things. All right. So just sit by the heater. Sit by the heater. There you go. Okay. So I want to talk to you guys about something. We're going to talk about divine magic. Now, everybody has their own interpretation of what magic is to them, how it's represented to them. Okay. Magic to me is being in your truth of you, walking in your divine power and knowing it. Knowing that when you step into a room, everyone can feel the love energy that you're carrying, or I just got cheated out of money, or whatever other emotion, when you walk into the room, they can feel it because you will amplify that. So, magic is like what you draw, what you sing, what you dance to, um, how you move with the elements, how you express yourself. Magic is taking something and making, taking nothing and making something out of it. Um, Magic is the gift of gab. You can say the right words at the right time to change somebody's state of mind or to help them move forward in their life. Magic is communicating with animals, being able to do that. Magic is loving crystals, loving gardening, being able to put a seed in the ground and then see it come up because you nurtured it with water, went out every day, you cultivated the ground, and you made everything nice and lovely for that seed to pop up. Magic is going out and picking herbs, picking plants, medicine that other people think that are just weeds, and they don't understand the healing property of that plant. Magic is just simply being you, the essence of you, what makes you you. Magic is tuning in, fine tuning, and bringing in something that is of you to others. That's magic. So when we look at the word magic, some people will get deterred from it, will get their mind racing, and will think it's bad. But if you really look at Source Divine is the ultimate magician, the ultimate magi, the ultimate priestess and priest combination. So when we talk about magic, we're talking about the combination of your divine self and the supernatural. Okay. That's what we're talking about. But what's the supernatural? It goes beyond the ordinary. It goes beyond the regular. You know, you take it up a notch. When we work with, like for me, I like any kind of cologne waters, um, Rose, Florida, and I picked up this one. This is Bonita, and I really like using them. Now, this one, when you use this particular one, okay, it is a part of the mint family. And it does. It's like also working with Yuba Mate, Yuba Sante. Um, but this one, you're gonna have it's promoting love. It works with heavy emotions of the heart. Helps with cleansing. It also encourages, brings an encouragement. Mm, trying to get this off. So it's really, if you like using the Florida waters. There we go. I like using these. Oh my god, it smells so good. And the way I got into this is because back in the day I used to do lots of massages. Oh my god. That was just my work. I was doing massage all the time. Anywhere from 3 to 4 people a day. If it went up to five, that was a little much, you know. And I think the most I've ever done was, and it wasn't at a job site. It was my own personal thing. I think the most I've done is probably about eight, top 9 or 10 in a day. But that was from the start of the day until it was nighttime. Anyway, I did too much. That's back in the day when I used to do. Mm, mm, oh God, that smells good. Hit me again with that. What do? What do? Mm, just smells so good. This is good when you need to clean yourself off. It's refreshing. This is very, very good. I like that. This one's good, and um, there's another one, rue. That's a good one. There's a basil one because they're all like mint, the mint family. But this one is really good. I like that. So I like the smell of anything that's minty, floral, and mix it in with your essential oils and putting that on and kind of blending that into the self. And I love that, especially now because you really have to shield up your body, protecting yourself. And, it's just one of those things that's needed right now because of all the energy that's going on. Um, so I wanted to come on and talk about the benefits of working with this. It's also known as a holy herb, and it just helps to release a lot of stuck emotional stuff. And it's purifying and cleansing, and it just gives really, it can set you up for good opportunities. Like if you're going to go in for a job interview or something, you might want to take a dab of it, rub it in your hands real quick, and then that. And if you have it in your hands and you shake the hands with the person, that's giving them that connection of good energy, good, and the prosperity that comes along with when you're looking for the job, brings in that abundance. So that's just one of those things you can use, but it smells really good. I like this. Yeah, you're bonita. So not as good. And then when I went and got my candles, because we're coming up on the new moon tomorrow, and I said, well, am I going to do my pink and green or am I going to do the yellow and green? And yellow and green is really good when it's like you're bringing in the abundance, you're bringing in, clearing the way so that your abundance comes in, bringing in the light so your abundance comes in. It's kind of like, it's more kind of goldish yellow. I kind of like that. But yeah, I am huge on loving candles. Now, one of the things I like about candles, I've loved, no, here's this. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. So, back in the day, and when I talk about back in the day, I'm talking about when I was itty bitty down there. So, when I was younger, I remember I was at the time, I said I was going through the Catholic thing and everything. And I remember I used to be like, I want to have candles, Mom. My mom would say, no, you can't have any candles. You don't know what you're doing. I said, well, they're in the church all the time. They got candles all the time. They're always sprinkling water on us all the time. Why can I have candles? I have my little box here, and kid you not, I have my little box here, and I'm making it like the priest does. I want my box here, and I want to put a candle here, and I already have my little cross right here. Little did I know that I was setting up an altar, but I wasn't thinking that was my altar, but it was just something natural that I was doing. Now, speed forward ahead. Oh, I love my altars everywhere. I love my altars. So, one of the things I wanted to share is you know how you're always traveling about if you're someone that travels a lot and you don't always have the luxury to set up a really big, pretty altar in wherever you're staying. It might be a week, it might be less than a week, maybe 2 weeks or something like that. If you were to take like a plate, like a clear plate, like glass, circular glass, that is your portal altar. Okay. You can decorate that up however you want and then set your crystal grid on that and set your main candle or your crystal in the center of it and then work off that plate, that glass plate. So you want to make sure it's a nice, big, pretty glass plate. I make the glass ones, but I don't like to use traditional, just a regular glass plate because of the fact that it can break. So I do like to use the more acrylic, like plastic ones that look like glass, and they're more durable because you have the crystal. Now, if you're going to use the glass ones, just know you want to pack it really well if you're traveling about. That's the only thing. But if you're using more like the acrylic plastic that looks like the glass, that one you can set it up and empower it and make your crystal grids on it. I like doing that. I like having things where I can put something on it really quick and put it together and use it for that. Um, the crystals that you use, the candle that you're going to use. And I like to set that candle up because if I'm doing my prayers, that's my time of I'm lighting the sacred fire. I am joining now with the element of fire, which is of spirit, and I'm going into that energy and um, talking and raising that energy up into the creator energy coming back down into self. Okay. That's how I visualize it. That's how I work with it. You have your own style, whatever works for you, that's what you want to do. But one of the things I wanted to hop on here and just really, if you're someone, say like you're traveling, you can't always light your basante or you can't light your palo santos or your sage or stuff in some of the places where you're staying. So if you can just take some of your beautiful Florida water or some of your other plant medicine waters and put them into a mister, then you can mist the area to cleanse it and purify it, and then blanket that area with a color of your choosing. So say if you walk in and you want to do a color of pink, putting pink as part of the healing and compassion and love energy in that space. If you want to bring in blue to bring in calmness and peace, you want to bring that color in. Bringing in white, you can't go wrong with the white. It's always a divine light. Okay. Bringing in yellow to have that joy. Bringing in happiness. Orange is the same way. to bring someone out of a depression. You know, you're gonna bring them up in that energy. I would be doing some nice pink colors, bedding, anything on your bed that can promote a good sleep. Don't sleep in red. Red is like it's too much stimulation for the kidneys and the adrenals sometimes, and you can't go to sleep if it's red sheets, red type of thing. It keeps you active. But if you're wanting to make sure you get soothing sleep when you're in your bed, you're using beautiful colors of blues and greens and your whites and your softer, nurturing colors so that you can sleep. When you're going through a healing and your body needs to heal and you need a healing, you need to be in green all the way. Green. Green pillows, green sheets, green. You need the green because the green is going to talk to the body. It's going to talk to the cells. It's going to talk to the bones. It's going to talk to the muscles. And it's going to help you with that healing. And it's also going to be comforting to the heart when you're working with green and it's nurturing. It's also the connection like to Mother Gaia. It's that green, okay? Bringing in that green color. What else I want to share? I think that's all I wanted to hop on here and talk about. Because I was just like, a lot of people probably don't know how to really use this. I like to just rub it in my hands and do this and down and behind the neck, get the top of that crown. Before I go into a reading or if I'm going to do any heavy channeling work, I'll do that first thing, get that gone, clear off, and then come on and I'm ready to go. Okay. That's the part that people don't see before I come on here. So I'm always taking care of that and moving that energy out. And being, having yourself where you're in that space of being your divine magical self. To be a divine magical being means that you're not sitting back doubting. You're not sitting back wondering. The best way to manifest for me is I like to think about it, let it go and be done with it. I'm not in there like I used to be, pushing and pushing, trying to make something happen. It doesn't happen. And one of the things I love when we are talking about working in our divine magic self, working with our voice, our healing ways of ourself. I love, love, love when we can actually step into that moment of creativity, being in that space, really being in that space of creating and not doubting anything. That's the creative divine within. Divine magic within is what are you walking with? Because believe it or not, it's about to get really strong. Okay. Your abilities are going to be stronger. And today I found myself, I thought it was really interesting and certain thoughts. But you know what I noticed today? Now I'm going to talk about something really odd. As I was driving going down to go to get the water down the highway, water and salt place, love that place. I noticed on the side of the road, there was two cars playing out. This car scenario was somebody didn't have enough gas, so the lady had pulled over in front of her and was helping her to have gas. Okay. Now coming back, I saw another two-car situation off to the side. Don't know what was going on. They didn't crash into each other. Then further up, past a police officer, I saw another two-car people together. And I was like, what's going on here? And then here comes this motorcycle, this guy on a motorcycle coming down the freeway really fast. And I was like, what's up with this? And I said, that guy's going to have to pull off to the side of the road. Something's up with his bike. And he was flying by fast. And I said, "You're dude, no, down just not even 5 minutes, not even 4 minutes. He was off on the side checking his bike out." I was like, so then when I was doing the teaching of the kin that is activated for this energy wave today, a friend of mine types in and says, "It's raining down here. There's a lot of noise going on in the sky." I said, "Oh yeah, that's that metal sound that you're hearing, that metal sound." And she goes, "Yeah." And all of a sudden it started hailing. I said, "Oh, that's starships. Starships are in that area." When it just you start hearing a lot of metal sounds, but you can't figure out where it is, but you feel it. It's above. You start getting kind of weird in your head, a little dizzy, whatever. Those are the starships. So they're above doing stuff. Another reason why you can't really see a lot when they have those clouds out. Silly people. So your divine magic is what you call divine. It's what you're connected to that feels good, that works for you, that is a part of you. And that's to me what divine magic is. It's the divinity of yourself. And being unapologetic for being you, being unapologetic. A lot of times I think what happens, and this is a really interesting thing that I find, that a lot of people who are really spiritually connected and magical, and they know they live a magical life, they hide themselves because they don't want someone getting into their space and judging them. Now, I thought this was interesting. Well, now since we're talking about the different type of magical things, and there's a show that comes on AMC that's called Sanctuary. Um, Sanctuary Witches or Sanctuary Witch. It comes on every Thursday. So tonight I'll be right after I'm done. I'm going to watch the next episode because somebody is using magic and they can't figure out who's casting it. Who took this guy out who was going around attacking young girls sexually. So somebody took this guy out. This kid took this young man out, and so now they're blaming these other two ladies who didn't have anything to do with it. But the real person who did it is right there watching it all go down. So I'm sitting there saying, wait a minute. The real one that did it because they're trying to figure out how to get this situation resolved. And I said, I bet it's going to be something about they're trying to get their hands on something magical. So it's a really good storyline how they're doing it and putting it all together. So being a divine magical person means you own your power. That's the whole point. You own your power. You own your magic. You don't hide from it. You don't run from it. You don't let anybody guilt you. You don't let anybody say, you're evil, you're going to hell. Well, where is that? Do you know exactly where that is? You know, you don't let anybody fear factor you. I think that's been done enough. And we're way beyond that time anyway. So your divine magic is your divine self. And it's all about what calls to you. If you like to make oils, if you like to make bath salts and make these wonderful goodies for yourself and share them with other people. I like to make up different type of incense and stuff and put it together so people have it to burn for their new moons or their full moon. And they have that. You know, I got some good feedback on the last batch that I did online. It was showing all of you how to make it, and people love the smell of it. So thank you. Um, I like just doing simple things like divine water talk, talking into the water and giving your prayers to it and giving your thoughts and what you're either releasing or what you're calling forward to manifest for yourself. Um, water is very powerful for that. And when we really can bond with our elements, it really becomes a beautiful flow of divine magic. I like to be that. And people can feel that too. They feel it. But you know what? In the essence of that is always about your magic is your magic. And nobody has the right to know everything about you and what you do. It's good in keeping things, okay? Don't have to tell everybody your business. You know what I'm saying? What do what I do. That's how you move. That's how you do. I remember when I went to New Orleans and I loved it out there. I felt like I was in a time warp. And I was, because it was like I was hitting, you know how you can go somewhere and you don't know why you need to go there, but you have to go there and you're having all these memories hit you right and left. That's what it was like for me. And I just remember I was back in the 1920s, late 1800s going into the 1900s or so. I was this young lady who had bright red hair, who had on the beautiful flippy dresses and the shimmy things that moved. And I always hung out at this particular club that was a part of this hotel. That hotel is still there, and I think it was Grant Hotel or something. It's a five-star hotel. So when we stayed there, I was having all kind of flashbacks. I was like, oh yeah, there was a bouncer that stayed that would control everybody that was meet everybody here at the door. His name was Big Red, you know, because he was a very tall man and he was very just that's what we called him, you know. And I would slip into that mode and I was like, and over there in that corner, that was the VIP room. That's where we're gonna have our fun. You know, all that kind of crazy stuff. That it was like I knew about this room, and there was a room off to that side that was like historical. And I was like, oh shit, that's the room. You know, and that room was where it was kind of like the gangster stuff. It was, you know, where the mob would meet and all of this stuff. So I was having all of these flashbacks. Then when we got to the room, I just remember being in the room and I was seeing like a double part of myself walking through the room. And I said, I've been over here. I've been in this room before. You know, even when they update stuff, you can only update stuff for so far. And still you see the original part of the building. And I was just like, it didn't end so well for us here because Bobby got killed. And I remember my friend at the time when I was there, she goes, Bobby, who's Bobby? Oh, that was my boyfriend. You know, I was slipping in and out of these timelines. And then I was like, what the heck is going on? And then after it finished playing itself out, I was like, okay, that's why I felt so connected to New Orleans and connected there too through blood. You know, I have blood in New Orleans. And it's like, whoa, the connection to that. So your divine magic is all about your origin of yourself, your bloodline, what you tap into. Your magic can be of light, it could be of dark. It depends on which way you're walking. I like to keep it simple. I like to stay in light, but don't upset me. All right. I will protect if I have to. That's how this rolls. It's under universal law. You can protect thyself. All right. But that's what divine magic is. You know, it is the makeup of your divinity of yourself. It's that beauty of that. So I just wanted to hop on here and just share the goodness of this because it just, man, remember back in the day how we all used to be Gina Tay? I'm dating myself, aren't I? Oh, I like to go splash the little Gina Tay on myself. No, this is, you know, Gina Tay could be used for magic too, you know. because it has its own little scent and stuff, and you can program it to do something, Ginate. But these, you get your plant, how they brew it together, and because it's a part of the mint family. So this is a good way to just kind of cleanse yourself off and get that stuff off of you if you can't smudge and you can't do any of that. Okay, that's what these are really good for, especially after you do a healing bath on yourself and you want to seal the medicine in. And then when you're blessing up your beds, especially if you travel and you, like I said, you can mist this all over in the place and mist your bedding. And it's an easy way to smudge if you're not going to selenite it and doing selenite all over your beds and pillows when you're staying in hotels and um, bed and breakfast places. So just putting that essence on everything can clear that for you. So yeah, there's so many to choose from, but make sure you do your homework and know why you're getting it. Okay? Because you don't need to get certain things and be wondering why, what's going on? I'm feeling kind of weird. And because of the intention of what is brewed up with that. Does that make sense? All right, lovelies, be good to yourself. I just wanted to hop on here. Tomorrow, we will be talking about new moon and getting set up with that energy. So I hope you take time tonight to pick out your candles, whatever you want to bless up for activation for the new moon for tomorrow. Because we're going to take everything that we've been doing and push it all into that candle and start working with that energy. All right. All right, lovelies, we're going to get ready for something really fun for Sunday and start that challenge. I hope you're ready to do it. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.